You know, this beautiful imagery in this piece. It is seduction. It's clearly seduction. Seduction is evident in every single frame. Poem is beautiful, pairs great with the imagery. It feels like a fantasy, I mean, in the costuming, in the setting, it just feels like this is not the world we exist in. It feels like this could be, an ancient time. It feels like it could be a futuristic time. I'm not really sure what time it is, but it's just not today. Carnal is very carnal, but elegant. And you definitely see the passion between these two performers and the connection between these two performers.
Everyone who worked on this piece was so incredibly talented, and it could be seen just from watching this film. I think that the locations were so well chosen. The costuming and makeup was so detailed. Um, the lighting was stunning in all of these different setups. Um, and the performers were just so wonderful in showing this really intentional and authentic form of like love and passion and adoration and sometimes worship. Um, they really like committed to this performance and it really worked out. I thought that the editing also was great. There was so many different setups and I can't even imagine how much work it took to create all of these. But I think having those along with the kind of narration uh, just made for a really wonderful piece that takes the audience along for this kind of transmutative, like meditative journey, and we're kind of in the flow with them at the same time.
Beautiful cinematography and music in the opening, but also just throughout. But I really love the opening. Just fantastical is how it felt to me. So poetic. It was like a poetic and seductive devotion, beautifully narrated and written. Just so sensual and full of love. It just felt very authentic to me. And it was like about discovering someone for all they are. It was just so beautiful and full of passion. I love the end, the close up of her eyes, just beautifully shot as well. Really nice makeup and hair and costumes and set design and location. Just such a connection here that you could feel between these two. And you were also seducing the audience, I feel.
Drenched with passion and culture and beauty. It's a conversation in many ways between these two people, conversation through poetry, through physical touch, of their love and, as the title suggests, devotion to one another. It's a truly beautiful thing, especially when coupled with the gorgeous cinematography and incredible work from this crew in Thailand that they did to bring this piece together.
It had a great sense of mood and pacing that I thought really worked well because the production design and the costume design was so strong. It had a really great sense of cinematic eye for the piece. I thought it had a sense of scale, even though it was a very contained setting. And I thought the ideas of spirituality, divinity, mixed with sort of sexual energy made a lot of sense and worked quite well because the leads were able to create a sense of chemistry and the sort of spoken word and narration construct around the piece sort of tied everything together so that it wasn't just a sense of images that were detached from each other, but a sense of narrative and form came through the narration bridging it. So I thought it was well done for those reasons, and I ended up enjoying it mainly because it had a mix of sort of a musical approach that made sense to me and a narration approach that I thought made that piece create a sense of emotional depth.
It's seductive and literally about a man's devotion to know every single thing about his partner. He is obsessed and consumed by her being. He wanted to know her inside and out, and even more than she knows herself. That sort of love is intense and exhilarating and beautiful, but sometimes dangerous. But in this film, I don't get those vibes. I feel he's more wholesome towards her and just generally loves her and wants her to be happy. They both have a lot of chemistry and are very physical with each other throughout this film that it's hard to look away and not recognize their strong, passionate, blooming love. I think the visuals and cinematography and locations, including the color correcting, all work really well and complement this film and the two characters and give it a seductive, dreamy feeling. I really like the makeup and outfits for both the actors, especially the actress. She is a very beautiful and exotic looking woman.
Dives into lust passion, desire. What do you desire is a question that is enforced upon the audience at the end of the short. And during this piece, it is setting up this sense of seducing its audience. Candles are lit, the hair and makeup and costuming pulls you in and entrances you. It is, beautiful, feminine sort of thing here. And there is a sense of passion here. I mean, you're seeing this man be all in for this woman, and it seems like as if this couple is going through like a series of past lives or an infinite universe where there's these different versions of themselves in different places, but each and every world is the same in the sense that they still come together, they still connect, and they make passionate love. Essentially, you see in the type of costuming that we have, feathers come into play, harnesses, lace, this vision of this extreme close up with this Cleopatra sort of vibe with the gold chains is very exquisite. It's very detailed, and it really does pull the audience in further.